What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I got a little bit of development in this Luka saga in Dallas to report. And now we're beginning to understand, at least from the ownership perspective, why they were willing to part with Luka Doncic. Okay. Now, the governor of the Dallas Mavericks, the principal leader, the principal owner, sort of the same title that Jimmy Buss has. I guess the exact same title. In an interview today with a local Dallas newspaper, basically called out Luka for the things that we had heard rumors about for years. Okay, we've heard rumors about Luka's behavior and antics behind the scenes, and we could clearly see that Luka has issues with conditioning. Okay, so the Mavs owner and governor Patrick Dumont said about Luka, quote, "If you look at the greats in the league, the people you and I grew up with, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, they worked really hard every day with a singular focus to win." Now, I don't know why he got Shaq in here, because Shaq had his issues too with conditioning. And if you don't have that, it doesn't work. You shouldn't be a part of the Dallas Mavericks. So this is telling me, by the owner going out and saying this, now of course he's going to have to justify this move. But knowing how popular Luka was with the Dallas Mavericks organization, the Dallas Mavericks fan base, for him to go out and say this means he meant what he said. He means this. Like, this ain't no posturing. He don't care about the fans and their reaction to this. That's how much he means this. Like, there's something about Luka that we're not being privy to or have been privy to. There's something about Luka's behavior that's not being reported by the mainstream media. I've heard rumors about him getting so drunk to the point where he's passed out. I've heard some rumors about some stuff, but that's not, been confirmed. But we clearly could see that he does lack some of the work ethic that we've seen with prior great players as far as being in shape. Okay. Now, he has had some success taking the team to the NBA Finals, right? But to be fair, so has Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has done that twice. And let's not forget that Luka has Kyrie Irving. Jimmy Butler doesn't have a Kyrie Irving. So taking the team to the NBA Finals does not give you carte blanche to eat whatever you want, come into training camp 275, try to play your way into shape, which of course is going to probably lead to inevitable injuries, which is going to affect the team's success down the road because you're going to get hurt. Look, Joel Embiid, he has the MVP award, something Luka hasn't done yet, right? He hasn't won an MVP. We see what the effects of coming into basketball Every season out of shape is starting to do with Joel Embiid. He's been plagued with injuries. They and management sees him up front. Management sees him on a probably daily basis or communicate with him on a daily basis. They're seeing things that we don't see, and they didn't like it, and they traded him. Now, time will tell whether or not this is a guy, owner that just may be an a-hole and wants people to kiss his ass. It could be that. You could argue, looking at the situation, Mark Cuban was a players guy. He was players friendly. He took care of his players. You could argue maybe he spoiled the players. And maybe Lucas became accustomed to that. And maybe this guy, Patrick DeMont, maybe he's different. Maybe he's a complete 180 in personality and is clashing. It could be that. It could be that. Absolutely. We'll see. We'll see. If Luka continues his antics, which, by the way, now he's in LA. He's in LA now, so give me one second. Not saying Dallas isn't a major city, but if he's doing something in LA, more likely it's going to be reported quicker and faster and more accurately. Won't get as much leeway. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if there's any truth to some of this stuff. But we see some of the same bad habits, you know what I'm saying, coming into basketball, coming into training camp out of shape, coming into, the season with not communicating with his teammates. I remember reading something about, ownership, general manager, the general manager, the ownership, front office, didn't like Luka's lack of professionalism. Look, Luka definitely has some prima donna tendencies, but that can always be overlooked if you're winning. If you're winning, then that will override all this other stuff. Just like when the Golden State Warriors, were winning, people tolerated Draymond Green. It's when you're losing and you still continue with all this crap that people get tired of it. So look, I know Dallas Mavericks fans are furious. To the point, like I just reported, Nico Harrison is getting beefed up security. He fears for his safety, his family's safety. And people shouldn't take basketball that seriously. But, we'll see. We will see how this thing unfolds, I'm not wishing either way. I hope each situation is, the best for each player. I hope that Anthony Davis revitalizes his career. Not that it was going downward, but, I hope that the New Orleans Pelicans version of himself, at least for a couple of years with the Dallas Mavericks. And I hope Luka, let's say, proves everybody wrong, proves the Dallas Mavericks organization wrong by getting rid of him. But by the owner's words, the owner is not extending the olive branch, not saying any of that. This is a terrible breakup. Okay? This is a horrible, wretched, acrimonious breakup. The owners don't want anything to do with Luka, and Luka don't want anything to do with the owner or Dallas Mavericks organization. I've heard these bad. I heard from reports that Luka was furious, absolutely furious. He probably was leaving voicemails, cussing this guy out, cussing people out, But like I said before, we'll find out what exactly more in detail. Luka, let me see. Matter of fact, let me say, I think it's a little bit more detailed as to what he said. Okay, this is what the owner, the general, or the principal owner said. He said, "In my mind, the way teams win is by focus, by having the right character, by having the right culture, and having the right dedication to work as hard as possible to create a championship-winning outcome. And if you're not doing that, you're going to lose. If you look at the greats of the league, the people you and I grew up with, Jordan, Bird, Kobe, Shaq, they worked really hard every day with a singular focus to win. And if you don't have that, it doesn't work. And if you don't have that, you shouldn't be part of the Dallas Mavericks. That's who we want. I'm unwavering on this. The entire organization knows this. That is how I operate outside of basketball. This is the only way to be competitive and win. If you want to take a vacation, don't do it with us." Ooh. Wow. Ha. So basically, what the owner is saying is Luka, when he got hurt Christmas Day and has been absent since, he's thinking Luka's like basically kind of like dogging it. That's how I look at that. He's basically accusing Luka Doncic of playing up or faking an injury just because he don't want to play. That's a strong accusation. Wow. I mean, that's how I'm interpreting it. I don't know how you guys would interpret it. If you want to take a vacation, don't do it with us. It was pointed out to DeMont that's the quote from him. Later on, it was pointed out to DeMont that when people read those comments, the assumption would be he is inferring that Doncic did not fit those winning culture qualities. Look, I think there are a lot of things that come into play when you decide that roster of the team, and culture is very important. That's what we're focused on. Wow. That's crazy, man. Y'all tell me what y'all guys think.